Hey everyone. So we've been talking about direct quotations. And as you know, direct quotations are quotes that go around somebody's exact speech. So we use quotation marks with direct quotations. And that's the only time we ever use quotation marks is when we're actually putting around it what somebody actually said. Okay? Remember that because now we're going to add on indirect quotations. And the main difference here is that we don't use quotation marks for this. Okay, let's go a little bit more in depth here. A direct quotation is a speaker's exact words. It's what they actually say. We enclose them in quotation marks. Remember, the quotation marks look like this. It is often set off by words that tell who is speaking, like I said, or we exclaimed, or somebody else said. Okay, using the words like he said, that's what tells us that we're about to use a direct quotation. For example, Sam said, and this is what he exactly said, I don't like green eggs and ham. Those are the exact words that Sam is speaking. And because he's actually speaking them, he's actually saying those words, they're actually coming from him, those exact words, we need those quotation marks. However, an indirect quote tells about what a person said. It isn't using that person's exact words. It's often set up by words like says that or asked that. The key word here is the word that. You're also probably going to see the word said in there. But when you see the word when you see the word that is going to be your clue that we're only telling about what they said. We're not using their exact words. Because we're not using their exact words, we do not need quotation marks. An indirect quote is not enclosed in quotation marks. So take a look here. Again, the direct quote, what Sam is actually directly speaking, reads like this. Sam said, I don't like green eggs and ham. And again, he says his exact words are, I don't like green eggs and ham. So we're using the direct quotation marks here. An indirect quote just tells about what he said. Sam said that he doesn't like green eggs and ham. We don't need any quotation marks here because there's no direct speech happening. Sam's not actually saying the words, he doesn't like green eggs and ham. We're telling about what Sam says, and a set-off word here is the word that. Sam said that he doesn't like green eggs and ham. Okay? So that's the difference. Direct quotes use quotation marks. Indirect quotes do not use quotation marks. Let's take a look at our directions for this. It says read each sentence, write a D on the line. You have a call from one. Write a D on the line if it is a direct quote. Write an I on the line if it is an indirect quote. So, write a D on the line if it's a direct quote. Write an I on the line if it is an indirect quote. Again, all we're looking for is whether or not they have the quotation marks. If we do, that is the direct quote. If we do not have those quotation marks there, that is going to be the indirect quote. D for direct quote, I for indirect quote. Look here. Our teacher said that he wouldn't accept homework turned in late. All right, I also see a clue word in this one. One, I don't see any quotation marks. And two, I see the word that. This is a very important word right here that you're going to want to look for. I see the word that right there. So, is this a direct quote or an indirect quote? It is an indirect quote. We write an I on the line. Let's do the next one. I looked at her and said, I don't know where your missing CD is. In this case, we do have quotation marks, and somebody's actually speaking. Somebody is saying the words, I don't know where your missing CD is. Because they are actually saying this, it is their direct speech. We need to write a D on the line because that's a direct quote. Take a look at the next one. Tell me about the time you visited Sicily, I said to my aunt. Okay, ask yourself here. Is somebody actually speaking? Is somebody saying words directly? If so, what do you write? If not, what do you write? Take a look down and complete the rest.